Phyllis, I do believe we got distracted from the issue that Michael raised back in Maricopa County, or whatever the county name is. And
Thank you.
Yes, and this is a good discussion you guys are having about citizens' arrest and the power to arrest the sheriff, and I do think it's very less constrained than what Chris is visualizing, and more like what Paul is saying, especially when you recognize citizens' arrest. But back to Michael's issue about the vote counting fraud in Maricopa County. Michael was using words there, I do believe, that indicated state police and state highway patrol possibly confronting a group of activists that were getting prepared to arrest people at the state level. I believe Michael said Senate, and I think that is an unnecessary extrapolation of the problem in Maricopa County. Sure, the Senate has not done their duty as is required, but it's best to address one problem at a time. And the real source of the problem is there in Maricopa County with the commissioners and their failure to conduct responsible vote counting process for the citizens of the community there. And so if Michael could rephrase his parameters of his concern about confronting the powers that be, I think we need to take the state police and the state highway patrol out of that proposition and focus the proposition that Michael's trying to seek remedy for in a more tight county level manner there. Does that sound good, Michael?
No. The picture I drew was a very probable hypothetical. If a group of men, citizen activists, were planning to make citizen arrest of a
board of electors,
Senate or county board of supervisors, rather, not electors. They're being called county board of supervisors. The equivalent, I guess, is county commissioners. That's what we call them here in our county in Florida. But I'm trying to draw an accurate scenario, a hypothetical scenario that could possibly happen if your concept strategy was employed, Charles. That's what I'm trying to go through here is your plan to remedy the situation is to, occupy vacant offices of town constables and peace officers in Maricopa County. Let's assume there are vacancies. Let's assume both constable and peace officers have vacancies in Maricopa County, and you find these men to occupy these vacant offices, and you approach the Senate building, or they approach the Senate building with the plan to, enforce due process. We're going to assume that there was a common law court held, and a due process hearing was made, and it was found that the county board of supervisors are in contempt of justice, in contempt of the people, in contempt of the Senate. And you go and attempt to arrest them. Hypothetically, it is immediately likely that law enforcement will be there to stop you. And my question is, what is your next step? How would you, take it to the next level, and what would happen? What would you propose be done if they show up and there's a standoff and they're on the steps of the county courthouse? The law enforcement are at the top of the steps, and the peace officers and town constables are at the bottom of the steps. What would you say then takes place next? because that is
well,
likely.
if you would pause more often so we could go step by step, the manner in which you're framing the proposition continues to focus on the Senate, which is at a state level, and I got no comprehension of why you're insisting on involving the Senate in what should be just purely a county level jurisdictional problem. Can you explain your position there?
I said the county board of.
This most recent summary, you were again talking about the Senate, I do believe, sir.
No, I said they were in contempt of the Senate, and the citizen arrest was going to be of the county board of supervisors.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood.
You misunderstood. That's okay. I yield. Go ahead.
All right. Well, when we recognized that, pardon me.
I thought Paul asked for the floor. I yielded.
Did you have something you wanted to say, Paul?
Yeah, I can address his scenario by a reference to Georgia, but here again, that what I understand and know here in the state of Georgia does not necessarily apply in Arizona, but it may. Now, if I and 10 of my friends were to go down to our board of elections, to the supervisory board, to place them under arrest, then we have every right to do that. That is a right, guaranteed.
I agree.
Now, here comes somebody, grabs a phone, they see us coming, they grab a phone, they call the local constabulary, and all of a sudden you got 5 state troopers and you got 10 county deputies and 20 city police officers storming to the front of the building. That is not a problem, because in Georgia, you look at those officers and say the men and women inside that building are under arrest, and we are turning in conjunction with the commandment of Georgia Code Title 17460. We are turning custody of them over to you right now. Now, what you're doing when you do that in the state of Georgia, you are putting those officers in a quandary. And the reason it's a quandary for them, not for you, because 17460 tells them you will take custody of those bodies. When another citizen places another person under arrest and turns custody over to you, you got to take custody. And you have to transport that arrested individual to a committing magistrate right then, not 72 hours later, not 20 hours later, right then. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You go get a judge out of the bed. Now, what happens if the law enforcement officers look you in the face and say, we ain't going to do it?
That is precisely the essence of Trezevant versus the city of Tampa Bay, Florida.
Well, then you look them right in the eye and say, you're under arrest for violating your official oath of office, and that's going to get you 5 years at one of Georgia's plushly appointed long-term residence facilities.